Hi there, Lisa Arana here, and welcome to another Assemble This video. I have been experimenting with foiling lately, and I'm so excited to share with you how to achieve great results using a stamped image with either a laminator or the Glimmer Hot Foil System. Usually you need some sort of toner or adhesive to foil with, but today I'm using embossing powder. Are you surprised? Yeah, me too, but it absolutely works. I'm starting out with the Infinity Birthday Wishes background stamp by Unity Stamp Company in my Misty, and I chose a difficult and detailed stamp to show that even with a stamp like this, it's gonna work. A more solid stamp or one with less detail will probably give you even better results because your coverage of embossing powder will be cleaner and simpler. But again, I'm challenging myself and challenging this technique by pulling out a more detailed stamp. I'm stamping with some VersaFine Clear ink for two reasons. One, if the foil doesn't adhere, the ink will have a color to fill in the missing parts. And two, if it's the VersaFine Clear is a hybrid ink, it has a bit of a pigment ink quality to it so it stays sticky long enough to heat emboss with. You could also just use embossing ink or pigment ink if you don't have VersaFine Clear. I prep my paper with an anti-static tool because you really want to keep down the extra embossing powder, since the foil is going to stick to any embossing powder that's adhered to the card. You also want to make sure you tap off all the excess embossing powder you can. I didn't do such a great job at tapping it off, and you'll see the results in a minute. So to get the best result, you want to try to minimize any extra embossing powder on your cardstock. So now you're just going to want to melt that embossing powder. I did heat up my embossing tool for a good 30 seconds or so, just to make sure it's nice and hot. And then I hold it fairly close and move it around quickly so it minimizes warping of that cardstock. I made two of the same panels of backgrounds so I can compare the results in two different machines. First up, we have the good old faithful laminator. I just trimmed down some deco foil, which is adhesive and toner reactive only, so it must have something to stick to, and in this case, it's the embossing powder. In a parchment sleeve, I'm placing the foil pretty side up over the stamped image, and then I also added a shim of 110-pound cardstock behind it just to create a bit more pressure as it goes through the laminator. I use a Royal Sovereign, though there's lots of different laminators out on the market. Just make sure you heat your laminator up for a long time, at least 30 minutes, and then you'll want to run it through the front of the machine. The reveal is my absolute favorite part. So I just peeled away that foil, and I'm really excited about the coverage that I got. Now, I mentioned I had a lot of stray embossing powder because I didn't tap it off well enough. And I think I just wanted to make sure I had a really great amount of embossing powder. And so I tried to scrape it away with a sand eraser, and don't do that. That was a bad mistake. It takes away the shine of the foil. In the end, I don't think it looks all that bad. You could work your design to cover up that overfoiling, but I actually like the effect and embrace the mistake. It kind of has this grungy feel to it, and it really adds a lot of shine. So while I was a little disappointed, I embraced it, and actually I really liked the results in the end. Now let's do the same thing, but with the Spellbinder Glimmer Hot Foil System. This machine is normally used with foil plates and hot foil. Hot foil will not adhere to toner or adhesive, so I'm still using the same deco foil because it needs to stick to that embossing powder. So don't make the mistake of switching up your foil just because you're changing the machine. Also, in order to use this machine for foil, I have a metal shim heating up in my Glimmer. I let the machine warm up with the plate, and I also hit the timer button once until it was green. You can get a metal shim online or at Amazon. And even Pink Fresh Studio has a solid hot plate that works really great for this effect as well. I'll link to those in my video description and on my blog. That way you can make the decision on which one you'd like to try. So my plate is hot and ready, but I'm not. So I'm just going to set that aside and get my foil prepped. And here's my new trick for cutting foil. It's a rotary cutter, and it's a game changer for foil cutting. I bought this one at the dollar store, or is it the $1.25 store now? I don't know. But you can find these also in the sewing section. I put a ruler down to give me a nice straight edge so I can roll that cutter against. And I kid you not, this cuts the foil like butter, and it's so easy to use. Foil has this floppiness and it kind of sticks to things, and it's just really difficult to work with. You can use your scissors, don't get me wrong. I've used my scissors for years, but I happened to see this cutter at the dollar store, so I thought I'd give it a shot. And I kid you not, this is the best thing I think I've purchased in a long time. It's so crazy. I can't wait to see what else I can use it for. But I just lined that up around the size of my cardstock and then just cut away that foil. So now that I have everything ready to go, I'm just going to put my stamped panel with the embossing powder and the foil onto my metal shim. Just going to line that up so the foil covers that cardstock, and then make sure that the pretty side is facing up. And then I'll place my plates for the glimmer machine on top, and then I hit the timer button once. It'll flash until it's ready, and then once it's solid green, you're ready to go. For my die cut machine, I need to add 210-pound cardstock shims to my sandwich to make sure I get the right pressure for foiling. So I just slipped those in between the plates, and then I ran it through my Big Shot machine because it's compatible with the Glimmer system, once forward and then once back. Now be careful when you remove your paper because this sucker can get pretty hot, especially with that metal shim. So I usually use my tweezers to kind of pick it up, and then let's get ready for that reveal. I am so excited at the results of the Glimmer system. It really adhered beautifully, and I did a better job of keeping my embossing powder down to a minimum. So I have less over foliage, and it's really just kind of focusing on the stamped image. Gosh, don't you just really love that shine? And I'm so excited that it's adhering just to my stamped image. It's so pretty. I just can't stop looking at it. Of course, I just keep all of my negatives for the foil. I just never know when I might use it, so I just put them to the side. And here are the two backgrounds from both machines. They both worked really great with the embossing powder. And what I like about the Glimmer machine more is the heat and pressure. The foil really just sticks better, and I had thought about getting a mink, but in my opinion, this works just as well, and I can use the Glimmer for hot foiling too. So it's a win-win. I'll probably be retiring my laminator from the craft room, and it'll be hanging out in the office instead. All right, it's time to finish these guys off. I've stamped and die cut some sentiments from the Many More Birthdays stamp set. I popped up that big sentiment with foam adhesive, and then I'll just trim down these smaller sentiments with my scissors and then pop them up as well. One says happy birthday to you and many more, and the other one says happy birthday just a little late. And for me, being a card maker, I'm horribly late at sending cards out, so this sentiment is really perfect for me. And then just to finish everything off, I added a few iridescent sequins around the sentiment. And here are the finished cards. I am just loving that shine, and all I had to use was embossing powder. It just blows my mind. And I love the fact that you can use a laminator, or you could use your Glimmer Hot Foil machine if you have that. I'm sure you could do it in other hot foil machines. I haven't tried it, but give it a shot and see how it goes. Foil is always such a fun effect that wows, and it's great for any occasion, especially for a birthday celebration. Of course, I'll have all the supplies linked in the description of this video on my channel and my blog. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you liked it. Plus, if you have any questions or sweet comment, post below. Thanks again so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and maybe learned something. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again soon for another video. Bye.